vintage stuff. We have a booth at Kalamazoo Kitty.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
70s. That's kind
Yeah, they're like these like pristine white and like bright green Marco Polo skates, and I can't find them anywhere else. Like when I'll look for like skates for my friends and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it really was like a special thing when I like found those and got them.
Yeah, it's in the 70s. We would put pom-poms on them.
Yes, I know, right?
All right, yogis, we are here. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm so excited to see you. So I checked in a little bit with everyone. Seems like our bodies are okay. We're ready to move, so we will move and we'll do a little extra work for maybe our hips, opening up our hips today. So let's find a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you today. Just spending a few moments connecting to the breath. Legs can be crossed or folded underneath. Send some energy upward to the crown of your head, and we'll do 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose. Out with a sigh. Again, in through the nose. Out with a sigh. The next breath, fill up completely from the bottom to the top. Exhale completely. Now enjoy a few rounds of Ujjayi breathing. In and out through your nose, long, slow breath rhythms. Our mind bounces around from thought to thought, and it's often compared to a monkey. The monkey mind moves very quickly from thought to thought. But with practice, we retrain the mind to be comfortable with stillness. When you notice your mind thinking a lot or moving a lot as a monkey might, come back to the breath. Use the breath as a single point of focus to quiet the mind. 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. All right, let's transition, yogis. We'll keep the breath going as we come onto our back. Feet on the floor with knees up toward the sky. Pause for a moment here, and I'll share my music. I don't know if I shared that at the start. Take a moment on your back to breathe. Let your hips, ribs, and head be heavy on the floor. Bring your knees into your chest, one hand on each knee. And you may rock side to side or forward and back a little if that feels good. Keep your right knee, extend the left leg long, heel rests on the floor. Breathe in and out. Circle your right ankle a few times, continuing to breathe rhythmically, and circle the ankle a few times in the other direction. As you exhale, exchange legs. Right heel rests on the floor, so left knee folds in. Breathe. Circle your ankle. And reverse your circle. Bring your knees to your chest once again. Arms out to the side like a T. And then move your femurs away from your chest a little bit so the knees are just up at 90 degrees. Keeping your shoulders wide will activate rotation through the body. Squeeze the knees together and move them over to the right towards 2 o'clock. And then exhale back to neutral. Squeeze the knees together, move them over to the left towards 10 o'clock. Exhale back to neutral. Shoulders stay anchored. Inhale to the right. Exhale to neutral. Inhale to the left. Exhale to neutral. Beginning with a fairly small range of motion, but gradually maybe increasing your range of motion. You inhale to move to the side. Exhale to return. One more to each side. To the right. Exhale. And to the left. Exhale. Release both feet. Cross your right ankle over the left. Hug your left knee in toward the chest. Modified version of pigeon. The back of your pelvis is heavy on the floor. Release your left foot to the floor. Keep the ankle crossed over the knee. Drop the legs over to the left. So you end up with your right foot on the floor and your left knee on the floor. The left hand can find your right foot. Then soften. Try to bring your right hip, hollow the hip and try to bring it back down to the floor. So the pelvis is trying to move away from the foot and knee that are anchored. And you can be very gentle about this, or you could actively pull the hip back. One more breath in. And breath out. Return. Exchange legs. So right ankle is over left knee. Modified pigeon, drawing the right knee toward your chest. The back of the pelvis is wide. As you exhale, release your right foot to the floor. Drop your knees over to the right. So the right knee, the side of the knee is on the floor, and the left foot is on the floor. Right hand can find the foot. Then pull the hips backward toward the floor. So there's this hollowing sensation to the pelvis. One more breath in. As you exhale, return. Uncross your legs, and we're transitioning to the belly, so you can just rotisserie around. When you find your belly, we'll do extension of the spine, beginning in Sphinx. Legs are long like a mermaid's tail. Inhale, extend your spine, looking as you lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to extend. Your back contracts to extend the spine. Exhale, release. Another one here. You're welcome to keep your arms right here, or bring your hands above the head, or just above your forehead, and continue. Look, then lift on an inhale, and exhale. Two more. One more with the arms here. For the third variation, you could take your arms even more forward, letting them slide up and down, or you could bring your hands back to a traditional cobra setup. And we'll finish our last three spinal extensions. Inhale as you lift. Exhaling as you lower, still motivating the movement from the back muscles. The breath helps you activate those back muscles. One more. And release. Gather the strength of your core to press up to tabletop. And from here, we'll move into cat and cow. Inhale, extend your tail and crown. Exhale, flex. Dome the spine deeply. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue on your own breath rhythm. One more. Cat and cow. Return to neutral when you've finished. Extend the right leg back, left arm forward, thumb up. Breathe in and feel the support of this through the core. Exhale, bring your hand to the knee and pause for a moment. Your forehead is also rounding to the knee. Then kick your knee into your hand and feel your spine dome deeply. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dome. Little knee to hand kick. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dome. Knee to hand kick. One more time, extend. And replace. So to reiterate, when you get into that dome shape, kick your knee into the hand for just a beat to activate your low abs. Other side. Right hand forward, left leg back. Inhale, feel extension from the navel. Exhale, elbow to knee, dome your forehead to the knee, and then kick your knee into your hand, and you feel this deep dome through the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to hand, deep dome. Inhale, extend. A big exhale helps you find deep dome. One more time, reach. And replace. Let's take a child's pose. Ha! Jeannie loves it. Hips low, knees can be wide, forehead to the floor. As you rest here, allow your forehead to rest, grounding the energy of the crown and grounding the energy of your tail. That work to dome our spine was invigorating, hopefully. I noticed I got quite a bit louder. Let's take a spine stretch to the right. Walk your hands over to the right. Your left hand can be on your right, or you can wrap your right hand around your back. Reconnect to your breath rhythm, finding a quiet mind. Walk back through center. Lateral stretch to the left. Your right hand can rest on the left, or you can wrap your hand around the back. Left hand around the back. Reconnect your mental energy to the rhythm of your breath. Walk back through center. Set up your hands for your first downward dog. Tuck toes and lift your hips. First time in downward dog, you can pedal through the feet, stretching your toes and arches. You can shift weight from hip to hip, waking up the hip sockets. Breathing as you explore movement. Enjoy a breath in. And a breath out. Look forward. Walk your feet toward your hands. Stand in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Knees are bent, belly resting on the thighs. Gravity draws your spine downward. bend your knees, and inhale to stand all the way up. Let's take a wide stance, using the wide edge of your mat for just a minute. And this is gonna feel goofy for a second, maybe. It might feel amazing. But before we get into our first sun salutation, we're gonna do this warm up for our hips. You can put your hands on your hips, then move your hips forward, side, back, and around. Forward, and really push them forward, to the side, to the back, and around. Forward, side, back, around, forward. You can increase rate of speed, kind of letting them swing, letting the weight shift on the balls of your feet, but really moving the pelvis in relation to the femurs. Do maybe 2 more to that direction, and then reverse. Let's go slowly. Forward, side, moving your pubic bone in relation to the femur heads, side, back, and forward. Side, back, forward, way forward. Side, forward is for me the tightest space. Need strong glutes to get there, and then you can speed up if you choose. All right, bring your feet together a little bit, and one foot in front of the other, doesn't matter which. I'm gonna go to the side so you can see. Your knees are bent here, and swing your hips forward like you're doing cow pose, and then, that's cat pose, and then back like you're doing cow pose. So you're doing a standing cat and cow with one foot in front of the other. You could even imagine you were using your hands. So you're moving your head and tail in relation. Then switch your feet. You may notice the hips feel a little different. My right one is very different than the left. So you're doing a cat and cow. Yours are perfect. Yes, yours are absolutely perfect. And this can incorporate your chest, but you're really focusing on movement of the hips. All right. One last little preparation. Cross one foot over the other. And as you go down, your front knee can bend. You're folding over the legs, hands come to the floor, forehead to the shins. You can play with where your weight is distributed side to side or front to back. You can play with squeezing your inner thighs and releasing them. Take another breath in and breath out. Bend your front knee. Inhale as you come up. Trade legs. So whichever one's in front, switch. Bend the front knee as you forward fold. Once you're in the forward fold, you can play with your weight distribution, shifting side to side or front to back. Squeezing the inner thighs and releasing. Bend the front knee once again. Inhale to bring your body up. All right, now let's go into Sun Salutation B. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. Set your hips low as you sweep your arms above head. Breathe. One more inhale, option to look to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift as you inhale. Your knees can stay bent here as you extend the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, high plank. Pause for just a moment. Option is always available to lower the knees to the floor. Inhale, shift your weight forward over the arms. Exhale as you lower to the earth. Cobra on your inhale. Exhale, you can release back to the floor and return to plank into downward dog. Breathe in And breathe out. We'll enjoy 3 breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, look forward. Bring your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Chair, your hips are low. Torso rises up. And stand up Tadasana. Adding our lunges into Warrior Two. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. Add your arms. We're here for 3 breaths. Find a quiet mental space. Last inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Plant your hands and step or hop to high plank, landing lightly. Shift your weight forward before lowering to the floor. Cobra. Downward dog, and you can lower down or move directly from up dog to downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your big toes together. Lift your right leg. Standing leg remains strong. Take another breath in. One time, knee to nose. Deeply dome your spine. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Lower the left knee down, untuck your toe, and bring your torso up. Make many adjustments to the pelvis as needed. Then pull your hips forward and sweep your arms above head. Wide shoulders, long spine. Your next inhale, you can look skyward if you choose. Exhale, reach forward, plank dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Deeply dome. Inhale, extend. Step the foot through for a low lunge. Back knee down and tuck your toe. Bring your torso up. Mini adjustments as needed. Breathe in and breathe out. Add the arms. One more breath in, option to look skyward. Reach forward, plank dog. Take a breath in, downward dog, and prepare to travel your feet to the hands, stepping or hopping, yogi's choice. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale, lower. Chair, hips down, torso up. And Tadasana. Excellent. Let's do that sequence with single breath movement. Inhale. Exhale, chair. One breath with the arms. Exhale, dive. Half lift. High to low plank. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose. Extend. Right foot steps through. High or low lunge. I'm taking low today. Inhale. Exhale, plank dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Kick back. Step through. Breathe up. Breathe down. Dog. Inhale. Finish your exhale before traveling feet to hands. Half lift. Lower. Chair. Tadasana. Breathe. Nice work, yogis. Warriors. Step your right foot back. And then step it back together. I forgot I wanted to do a fancy introduction today. Sweep your arms above head as you lift your right leg. Exhale, arms circle as you round forehead to knee. So we did this, a version of this already, one hand. Then you stand up again, hands come to the heart, and now step back to your warrior two. That's your fancy introduction. So as you step back, your front hip rotates. Arms extend, breathe in, and breathe out. Those are really nice warriors. Left arm to sky, inhale. Exhale, stay. Enjoy another breath in. Back through warrior two, side angle. Reach forward, then side bend your spine. You feel the top side of the spine lengthening. Spine is also rotating open toward the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, look down for stability. Reach up to the sky one more time with left hand. And warrior two. Stepping your feet together with one giant leap or two small steps. You can lift the knee or not, yogi's choice, and then replace. Second side with our fancy intro. Sweep the arms up with the left leg. Open the arms as they circle. You round your spine. Once you're there, you deeply dome. Little tuck to the tail. Then extend the spine, hands to heart, and soften to warrior two. So you really soften that standing leg as you transition to this wide-legged stance. If it's rigid, the joint might not like it. Breathe in and breathe out. Right hand to sky. Stay for an exhale. And another inhale. Transition through the warrior two. Then reach forward. That begins to extend, laterally bend the spine, and then you take it further. Extending the top side, contracting the bottom. Rotating the spine open. One more breath in. Look down for stability. Reach your right hand up. Back to warrior two. Shift your weight forward. The left arm and leg move as a unit to come to standing. Yes, exactly. And then back to standing. Let's do that again. Sweep your arms up with the right leg. Circle your arms, doming your spine. You can take a grip on the knee or the foot and deeply dome. Then extend your spine again. And step back, extending your arms. Breathe in and breathe out. Left arm to sky. Back through warrior two. Left arm forward into the earth. Right arm can continue circling above head. Let's take an extra breath in this shape. Inhale your body up and pivot your left toes in for wide-legged forward fold. You can narrow your stance if you choose. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, hinge forward from your hips. Hands can come to the earth. Breathe. On your inhale, you can lengthen your spine. Exhale, you can fold. Bend and straighten the knees a couple times so there's softness in the joint, but length through the joint, through the muscles that connect to the joint. Another breath in. And a breath out. Bend your knees, hands can come to the hips. Inhale to bring your torso up. And turn your left toes out. Sweep your right leg up, or just come to standing. And hands back to heart. Second side. Left leg with your right arms lift. Circle the arms around as you deeply dome your spine, knee or foot. Re-extend your spine. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Right hand to sky. Pass through Warrior 2. Right hand forward into the earth. Can keep the left arm circling, then breathe into your shape, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Change. One more time to the sky. Hands to the hips, pivot your feet, or your right foot. Interlace your hands, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Hands can stay at the hips or waterfall overhead. Release your grip, bend the knees. Inhale as you come to standing. Turn your right toes out and step to standing with a big breath. Hands to the heart. Pause, reclaim your breath for an inhale and an exhale. Little balancing work here. Stand on your left leg. Lift your right knee. Think about your belt buckle directly in front of your pubic bone, and that's your point of reference. It's stable. Right hand can be under the knee. Left hand on the hip. Now, the belt buckle stays where it is, directly forward. You move your femur to the side, stable through the pelvis, especially the standing leg, all the way up to the shoulder. For today, a little variation. Let's take our left arm up, directly up. So you feel a line of energy down through your feet, up through the arm. As the hip is opening, take another breath in. And breath out. Trade hands. So left hand to knee, right hand to hip. And you can encourage that hip downward, still sliding up on the standing side. Rotate toward your standing leg. And let's again take the right arm directly above head, feeling length through the whole body. One more inhale. Exhale, release the rotation and release the foot. That was great. Let's take the second side. Shift your weight to the right, left knee lifts. And as the knee lifts, the femur head actually drops back in socket. If you place your hand there on the knee, you can feel that sensation of dropping in. Pelvis stays very square. Belt buckle remains square as you open left leg. Good. I saw a little bit of movement there. Try to keep this stable as you go. Yeah. Right arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out, close like a book, hand to knee. Left hand to hip. And then guide that left hip down, right hip up. So you feel this action in the body, then rotate. Left arm can extend above head as we did before. Exhale, gently unwind and release the foot. Come to the top of the mat. Step your left foot back into a lunge. You're really in a wide runner's lunge here. Take your left arm directly forward. Your shoulders are still square to the floor, as are your hips. Now resist with the hips as you rotate your chest. Then unwind. We're doing this 3 times. The hips do not move. They stabilize as you rotate. Unrotate. Keep that top arm very straight. I was a bad example there. Hips are stable as you rotate your chest. Good. Unrotate. Hand to the floor. Step back to a plank for a moment. Lower to forearm plank if you choose. We're coming into side plank. The right forearm comes to the left elbow. Pivot onto your right side. Then lift your hips up. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the feet. Back to plank. Downward dog. Switch legs, bring your left foot forward into your long runner's lunge. Stabilize your hips. So here you notice your hips are directly square to the floor. They remain there. Left arm extends forward. So the hips and shoulders are on the same plane, pointing to the floor. Keep the hips where they are, squeeze them together to stabilize, but rotate your chest. Then close. Hips are stable as you rotate chest. And close. One more time. The back leg is especially strong. That right hip doesn't dip down, and close. Lower your hands, find high plank. Side plank on the left. You can come to your left forearm or just your left hand as you rotate. Press down into the forearm as the hips lift. Excellent, Jackie. Variations for your top hand. Breathe in and breathe out. Downward dog. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower, and come all the way up to standing with an inhale. Hands to the heart. Now let's balance again. And you'll notice as we balance, these are the same shapes we did on the floor. We just have a different relationship to gravity, so our muscles work differently. You're on your left leg, right leg is lifted. Now imagine you're standing on both feet and you have points of resistance. Breathe in and breathe out, open the femur. Yes, that was a great pelvis, very square. Let's take the arm up as we've done before. You're so strong from the top hand down to the bottom foot. Like a flagpole, and this is your flag. Then close. Now here, imagine you're standing on that front foot. The whole pelvis is your rudder, stabilizing you as you rotate. Another breath in. And a breath out. Unwind. I forgot to add that arm and release. I owe you an extended arm. Shift your weight to the right foot. Hand to the knee and imagine standing on both feet even though you have one point of contact. Stable pelvis as you move the femur. Yes. Very good. That was awesome. Extend your arm up and imagine this flagpole-like energy from your foot up to the hand. Another breath in. Close like a book. Breathe in. Stable through the pelvis. That's your rudder that helps you guide the rib cage into rotation. No arm on their second side because I forgot the first side. Breathe in and breathe out, release. All right, yogis, let's come to the floor using sun salutation to get there. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Half lift as you inhale. Transition to downward dog however you like. cobra as you're ready. Downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take a flip dog into pigeon. Right leg lifts, bend the knee. Stack your hips, and you're resisting with the shoulders. They're staying square. Like we did earlier, squaring the hips while the shoulders rotated. Then your foot can find the floor, falling gently, and you can soften here, letting the hips come down. Then re-engage. As I re-engage, I like to support the back of my head with my right hand. The elbow can be up, that's a little more accessible. For a little more opening, widen your right elbow. Maybe release your chin backward. Then soften your hips back down. That softening is important for your transition back to three-legged dog and into pigeon, right foot forward. Setting up your pigeon, perhaps with the block. You can straddle the block or put the block right under the femur. After a breath or two lifted, you're welcome to recline your pigeon. The self-adjustment I really like is with my right hand, moving the flesh of my quadricep to the side. So you just kind of slide and maybe push the hip back a little, creating space in the hip as you fold. One more breath in. And a breath out. Bring your body up, and we'll go through a seated series here. Shift your weight to the right. I'll turn around in a moment. But you'll end up on your right hip with the right foot bent and the left foot extended. And here we are. Sit up tall, inhale. Take your right arm up and over, keeping your right hip connected to the floor. So that's your anchor as you're reaching away. Inhale the body up, place the right hand directly behind your hip. Sweep your left arm across as the pelvis lifts up toward the sky. You could again catch the back of your head, allowing the back of the head to release. Pelvis is way forward, a little more forward than you want. And then bring the hips back, and your torso kind of circles to the right. Keep that circle going and lift your right hip, bring it with you. So now your hips and shoulders are facing the left leg. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, find a little more length, re-square hips and shoulders. Exhale, fold the spine. Inhale your body up. Let's do a seated twist. The right foot stays where it is. Cross your left foot over the right. Reground both hips. Sit up tall. Rotate to the left. Now we've done this with our feet on the floor. We've done it with both feet, with one foot. Now we have two hips, but the same twist. Look up just a little bit more so your eyes are on the horizon. We have a kind of chronic flexion in our neck. And then return. Let's transition back to downward dog. That was a really nice adjustment, Jeannie. Perfect. Find your downward dog. Enjoy some length through the spine. And we'll take our Flip dog, pigeon, seated series, second side. Left leg lifts with a bend. Begin to open the pelvis, but stay square and stable through the shoulders. So the spine is rotating as the hips open. Then you keep that movement going, softening to the floor. And then you can re-engage your hips, lifting up toward the sky. Your hand can find the back of the head. You can open your left elbow to the side. Then soften your hips again. Transitioning back to the three-legged dog and left foot forward. If you had a prop on the first side, you can do that again, straddling the block or placing it under the femur. And then the self-adjustment is available. Just moving, sliding the flesh out to the side as you're ready. And you can keep sliding the flesh out of the way to make space in the hip as you fold. Breathe. Let the energy of your mind settle on the rhythm of the breath, finding a quiet space. Last breath in and breath out. Inhale your body up. Adjust to the left hip, extending the right leg. Janu Shirshasana, Parivrtta Janu Shirshasana. Take your left arm up and over to the side, keeping your left hip connected to earth. Inhale the body up, left hand behind the hip. Circle the right arm. This is the start of your circle. And then when you find the top, you can have hand behind your head and open, but really press the hips up toward the sky. Then you retrograde that movement, leading with the hips down. Your torso goes left to right. As you circle, you lift your hip and make a little adjustment. So your hips and shoulders are square. Breathe in. And breathe out, fold over your right leg. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale your body up. Take the extended leg, cross it over the bent leg. Then replant your right hip on the earth. So we've done many twists today. Now this is our seated twist. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Double check your chin is level to the horizon. Gaze on the horizon. When you do that adjustment, it feels regal through the shoulders and through your chest. One more breath in. And breath out, release. Feet in front, the soles of the feet can be together. And we're doing an easy forward fold. You can consider this a yin pose or a more relaxed style pose. With lots of space between the feet and the heels, you can fold forward over the legs, maybe resting your forehead on a block or pillow. A more traditional version of Baddha Konasana is available if you want to bring the feet closer. Keep the spine long as you fold. Either version is available. On your next inhale, bring your body up. Gently bring the legs together and adjust your body onto the mat, coming onto your back, feet on the floor. We'll do a few things on our back before Shavasana. Pause for a moment, reconnecting your mind to the breath rhythm. Trying to establish the rhythm of your breath as a quiet place that the mind can return. Shoulder bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Feet are just hips width apart and maybe a little narrower than they naturally landed and a little closer to the hips. A good adjustment, or a good gauge, if you lift your head, neck, and shoulders, your fingertips can just touch your heels. But re-anchor the backs of your shoulders down. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the hips, slide the knees forward. One more inhale. As you exhale, release your hips. Bring your right knee to the chest and up toward the sky. The left foot can stay here, or extend your left leg long, heel resting on the floor. This is a little more intense. Stay energized through the right leg. You're reaching the heel up toward the sky, and gently draw the leg toward your face for a hamstring stretch. Keeping the back of your hips on the floor and the foot firmly flexed. Bring your left knee up to meet the right. So you have one hand on the shin, the other hand on the knee. Separate your femurs. You may feel a fairly significant inner thigh stretch through the right, especially if you flex your foot and really reach. And then bring your legs back together. Right foot on the floor, left foot to the sky. You can stay right here, the hips are square, or extend the leg, keeping the hips square. Then with a strong flex through the right foot, draw the leg toward your face. Bring your right knee in, right hand comes to the knee, and you can keep the other hand on the shin. Then separate your femurs. And close once again, hug both knees. Happy baby. You can hold on to the feet, keeping them together near the pelvis, or open the feet with the knees towards shoulders. Gently release. Feet come to the floor. Legs extend. If there's another posture you need before Shavasana, you're welcome to take that. Let your legs relax. Let the palms be open to the sky. And come back to your breath rhythm. Establishing the rhythm as a point of focus for your mind. Helping to quiet the mind. Gently bring your attention back to your space. Deepen your inhale and exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Perhaps stretching arms above head. As you're ready, roll over to the right side. Spend a breath or two on your right before pressing up to a seated position. As you're ready, your hands can come to the heart. I'll finish with a mantra, and you're welcome to join me for an Om. Swasti prajabhya paripalyantam nayena margena mahi mahisha go brahmanibhyo shubhamasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. One Om. Inhale. Bow your head to meet your heart. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have an excellent week, yogis. Great to have you today. That was a lovely practice. We had really great energy.